I called today's talk Start by Tuning Up so that you can be tuned in. I heard that a few weeks ago. I was in a group and the speaker, he's talking about a musician. He said a musician doesn't wait until halfway through the show to tune his instrument or her instrument. They tune up in order to be tuned in for the whole show. But they tune up before the show starts. That's what you do. You tune up your instrument. And you make sure it works well so that throughout the course of the show or the performance, the instrument is working well. And that's the advice for today is, tune up first. Tune up your instrument. Pray. Upon awakening, pray. A simple prayer is, thank you, God, for today. You don't have to get specific. Just thank you, God. And then go do what you need to do. One of my favorite things to do when I go to brush my teeth and there's the mirror in front of me, I say, hi, God. I learned many years ago that when I say, hi, God, it's what can I do but smile? And I'm never unattractive when I'm saying, hi, God, into the mirror. There's nothing to criticize at all when I look in the mirror and say, hi, God. Because I'm just connected to my source, and my source is beautiful. And I must look like my source because suddenly I become beautiful. Not egoically beautiful. I'm not trying to be objectified there or lusted after. It's just, hi, God. And you smile, your eyes light up. You like yourself better when you do such things. I know, at least I do, and most people I know like themselves better when they do that. Hi, God. And then you might want to read a little piece of something spiritual, something that works for you, whether it's a Unity book, whether it's Course in Miracles, whether it's a Wayne Dyer book, anything, Eckhart Tolle, anything. Richard Rohr is one of David's favorites. Pema Chodron, it doesn't matter. Myrtle Fillmore, my goodness, you can't go wrong there. And so to read something like that, in order to pep up your brain, and then meditate. And then imagine that, it's having daily meditation. This is all part of tuning up. For some of us, stretching is great. To stretch our legs, to stretch our body. A lot of people, they tune up through yoga. A lot of people will tune up through a Buddhist meditation. They'll do their Vipassana practice in the morning. For those who aren't in the habit of meditating, this is how I guide anybody and everybody who's just not in the habit. I say, get a timer. Get like a kitchen timer, or even you could set your phone for it now. But for 5 minutes. And then there are one of two meditations that I'm going to teach us about. I've taught us about it lots of times, but I haven't taught it in a while. And it's the simplest thing. And I find I get very great results in just a 5-minute meditation. And the first one is to, on the in-breath, have the thought, God is. And on the out-breath, I am. You don't say it out loud because I saw somebody try to teach that once and they nearly choked. It's the thought. Have the thought, God is, on the in-breath. I am. Have that thought on the out-breath. And you do it for 5 minutes. And you're likely to interrupt it, as I've said so many times before, with your thinking. God is, I am, God is, I am. You don't do it that fast, but for the purposes of this talk, God is, I am. What are we having for dinner tonight? I wonder if they'll have that at the store. I wonder if they'll be out of it. I wonder if I won't be able to get what I want. Oh, God is, I am. See, the art of the meditation is to gently bring yourself back to the mantra, as it were. Now, some people don't care for the word God, and I have another one that I like a lot. And it's a matter of counting to 4. And when I do this one, I usually do it open-eyed, and I have a lit candle in front of, like on the coffee table or something in front of me. Again, I set my timer for 5 minutes so that I'm not peeking at somewhere trying to find, was it 5 minutes? It was 3 minutes. It's a minute and a half. How could that be? So that I'm not thinking about time. To use as a distraction. And I count to 4 only. Anything above that, I start thinking about counting. I'm getting lost in the numbers. But I will look at that candle and I'll have the thought on the in-breath. 1 on the in-breath, 2 on the out-breath, 3 on the in-breath, 4 on the out-breath, 1 on the in-breath. Just looking at the candle. You don't have to glare at the candle, but to just look at the candle and 1, 2, 3, 4. And you do, and again, you're likely to interrupt your calm, your meditation with thoughts. I can't believe she did that to me in 3rd grade, whatever it is. And I just love church and I just love unity and everything. Whatever it is, you're going to interrupt it with thoughts. And again, the art is in the gentle 1, 2, 3, 4. I breathe gently in through the nose on the 1, gently out through the mouth on the 2, and it's all very gentle. 5 minutes. Some days you will get insights during that time that will blow you away. And other times you will hear nothing. It will just be torture to get through 5 minutes. It's like, I can't believe it's not 5 minutes yet. It feels like 5 days. And you stay there the whole time. And then several hours later, you'll be calm and rational where you normally wouldn't be in a scenario. Or you will suddenly have an insight late in the afternoon. It's like, how did I think of that? And this is what I have witnessed for myself over the years from these meditations. Now, if you're at work and you need a really quick meditation, because there's no place to do 5 minutes. You can, if you can be private somewhere, in your office or something, or wherever you work, great. If not, go to a restroom. And all you have to do is like this. Open your mouth as wide as you can on the exhale, but don't force the air out. Just let it go out. But the wider you open your mouth on the exhale, the more things seem to tune up and be less suppressed. Let's do it again. You see how gentle that is. But if you do it like that, a lot of peace is likely to prevail. I used to study with someone, and he had me do this thing where I made noises. Now, you can't do this at work. One would think. I can, because hardly anybody's here ever. But you breathe in and you... And it's impressive how you can vibrate with that. Now, when I first started doing it, he said, Shawn, open your mouth wide. And I went, ha. He said, no, Shawn, open your mouth wide. And to me, it felt like somebody went like this. And he said, okay, I want you to take these 2 fingers and go like this. So I went, ah. After all the further my mouth was open, I was so self-conscious and so embarrassed to have this man I was studying with see me looking so ugly, what I believed would be so unattractive, going, ha. And once he pointed that out to me, I thought, I'm not here to impress this person. I'm here to advance myself on a mental and physical level. I'm not looking to date him. I'm looking to have him show me new skills that I can do to open myself up all through here. I'm looking to tune up the instrument. And so to really be able to go, and keep it. I could go a lot longer with that. And it's no effort right now, at least today, to do that. With the it doesn't hurt my throat. It doesn't. There was a time, oh my goodness, my throat was raw. I felt like razor blades were going through my throat because I was so self-conscious with it. And then one day I learned just to let it go, Shawn, from the depths of your being. Because with that, I'm not trying to control the sound. I'm not trying to control the pressure. I'm just trying to tune up. In my tune-up, then I am connected to my source. So you see, there's quiet meditations, there's loud meditations. But it's for me, it is about releasing the self-consciousness so that I may connect in the God consciousness. In this wanting to stay tuned up and connected, I looked up a couple of things, and Charles Fillmore said something that I liked, because he said, truth demonstrates itself. It demonstrates itself. If it demonstrates itself, you don't have to make a demonstration. Truth will demonstrate itself if you make a covenant and keep it. You get yourself in tune and decree that you will keep your contact, your conscious connection. If you keep yourself, as August says, synchronized with the divine law. So you see here, you get yourself in tune and decree that you will keep your contact with the divine law, or your conscious connection with the divine law. So a covenant, truth will demonstrate itself if you make a covenant and keep it. Do you have a covenant? Do I have a covenant? I think I do. And I looked this up because I wanted the right wording. I didn't want to just off the top of my head say it. And it said, man must be true to the spirit within him or her. If someone follows false gods, that is, material things, he will find these to be powerless to satisfy him. And he will fail to enter into the spiritual state that God has promised. A man must be true to his I am nature if he would reap the benefits of the I am consciousness. God has promised all its children perfect health, prosperity, peace, light, and happiness. But it is necessary for us to abide by the spiritual law if we would gain the blessings of spirit. We must keep faith in God and seek God diligently, that God's good will be ours. We must not follow after lesser goods or gods. We must keep our faith in our own spirituality if we hope to use our spiritual powers and handle spiritual substance. And that is a great passage. And it would be wise for all of us to really look into that and say, what am I worshiping? Am I really seeking the good of God? Am I true to the light of love and wisdom in me? Or am I following false gods? And I don't say this so that we can be guilty for having followed false gods. I followed many a false god in my days in this body. Many, many, many. It's amazing how many times a day I can come up with a new god. And that means one that I must have right now. And so for some it's food, for others it's drinking drugs, and others it's rage, others it's buying stuff, having stuff. For others it's having a feeling of superiority. For others, believe it or not, it's a feeling of inferiority, of not being enough. That is the God that is driving them. It's impressive to me what we will use to avoid our God consciousness. Now, No cause for guilt. Through it all, we have continued to be loved by our source. Through it all. Isn't that a great thing? So Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founders, they wrote a covenant. And it hangs in the back of our sanctuary here. You can find it online. You can go to Truth Unity. You could just look up Myrtle and Charles Fillmore's covenant on Google and find it. But it says, we, Charles Fillmore and Myrtle Fillmore, husband and wife, hereby dedicate ourselves. Hereby dedicate ourselves. Our time, our money, all we have and all we expect to have to the Spirit of truth, and through it to the Society of Silent Unity. That's what Unity was originally called. It being understood and decreed, or agreed, that the said Spirit of truth shall render unto us an equivalent for this dedication in peace of mind, health of body, wisdom, understanding, love, life, and an abundant supply of all things necessary to meet every want, without our making any of these the object of our existence. In the presence of the conscious mind of Christ Jesus, the 7th day of December, 1892. That's when they wrote their covenant. Without, and I love this, and an abundant supply of all things necessary to meet every want, without our making any of these the object of our existence. What do you have, or what do you want that will make it will become the object of your existence? You want it so much and you don't know how you're going to live without it. If it's not spirit, stop wanting it. Interrupt that want. What do you think that will give you? If what you want will incite violence, please stop wanting it. If what you want will incite people being killed, people being hurt, people being suppressed or hated, please stop wanting it. If what you want will separate you from your fellow being, please stop wanting it. If what you want will lead you to think you are your own God, please stop wanting it. If what you want brings about a false sense of justice, please stop wanting it. Let me tell you what justice is. Justice is the realization that we are all loved. That's what justice is. Justice is not taking by force what isn't exactly ours. Justice is love. Justice is the realization we are all the prodigal child. Justice is the realization only love lives here. Only love lives here. Only love lives here. Justice is realizing, even though we all may behave differently, we don't have any rights to hurt each other, to steal from each other, to lie to each other. Justice lets us live in truth, capital T truth. Justice isn't making everyone pay for their past. Justice is coming into the presence of God. Justice is love, is peace, is joy, is intelligence. Justice is looking at my fellow brother and sister and knowing I am the same. I am connected. We are connected. We are one in divine mind. Justice is where everyone gets to win. Everyone gets to win, and where no one loses. Justice is not hoarding so that I won't have to do without later. Justice is an equal distribution of love and supply in the physical plane. Is your covenant one of justice? Is your covenant one of love? Is your covenant one that puts down character assassination, physical assassination, suppression, puts all that down? Just, and some we try to create it because we have felt put down. We have felt as if we have been treated unjustly. But in this day and age, let your covenant, work on it, let your covenant be one that connects you with all beings. That finally we could all have lunch with each other and nobody is left out of the group. That we could have a conversation with any and all beings. So this week, I invite you to interrupt any and all conversations that leave people out of the group. Now, how are you going to do that? You're going to start each day by tuning up. You're going to tune up this piece of gladness that is you. You're going to tune up and vibrate, raise the vibration through your prayer, your acknowledgement. Hi, God. Good morning, God. Thank you for today. Look in the mirror. Hi, God. Imagine all beings looking in their mirror this morning and saying, hi, God. Imagine all beings awakening to the realization that God is and that God is love for all beings. That God is not discerning on who deserves the love, but God is the love that all beings get. This is how we tune up so that we can stay tuned in. We tune up first thing before the show starts today. We tune up. And then you read something that helps you to feel included and inclusive. And then you do your meditation. Your 5 minutes. Make room for that. Even if it's hard, do it anyway. And then go on about your day, remembering throughout the day. Whenever you get rattled, whenever the wind blows in a way that takes you out of your spiritual self, I promise you will have divine ideas on how to have a conversation, to work through things, on where to seek help for the old thoughts that you want to put down so that there's room for the new thoughts. So as you move through your day, through each upcoming day, please remember, you've got to tune up first so that you can stay tuned in. Start the day by tuning up so that you can stay tuned in. Thank you.